Hey guys, welcome back to Ballistic Performance. Today we're going to test some 45 auto ammunition. Uh, Generally, cheap ammunition has a reputation for being inaccurate, which is probably well deserved. But to what degree? So I have here a box of Blazer, relatively cheap, 230 grain full metal jacket, and I know it's not representative of every ammunition maker, but it's one sample and we'll shoot it and get some idea of what's going on. We're going to do a little comparison to some Hornady American Gunner. Now these are 185 grain XTP hollow points. They're a little bit more expensive, not necessarily elite performance, but they are supposed to be a little higher quality ammunition. However, let me show you a close-up of these shells. These are the Hornady American Gunners, and just trying to illustrate one of my points here, you can see there's a height difference in these shells as they sit in this plastic case. Some of these are clearly shorter. You can see a little bit of the shoulder of the bullet on this one, and the shoulder of the bullet is clearly inside the case mouth on the other one. I've also had a misfeed with these bullets. So interesting, we spent a little bit more and this is what we got. So we'll put up a couple of targets at 7 yards and then 25 yards. And we'll make a few 5-shot groups and see if we can't get some sort of consistent average out of the Blazer ammo. And then we'll test it to a couple of 5-shot groups from the Hornady. Also, we will shoot it over the chronograph and just double check that everything's doing what it's supposed to. All right, so this is Blazer brand 230 grain full metal jacket 45 ACP. $808. $827. $811. $801. 805 and 806. So one of the first steps to making accurate ammunition is consistent ammunition. And this was all relatively consistent, shooting in the low 800s. So we'll set up some targets and see how they group. So I've stepped back 7 yards. We'll take a couple of 5-shot groups here. I have an 8-round magazine and no extra, so I will have to reload. Okay guys, this particular gun I think needs cleaning. This is not mine, it was loaned to me, and you can tell on camera it has had trouble chambering these rounds, and these are about as generic as a person can get as far as full length and weight and powder and everything else. So not sure why we're not feeding correctly. I'm going to try and keep that from having any effect on the grouping if possible. Okay, so 7 yards and not bad. One flyer, also having to deal with some misfeeds. Again, not bad with one flyer. So as far as one representative sample goes, it's not bad. We'll step back and do it again. Okay, this time we've stepped back to about 10 yards. We'll do it again. Okay, so open up a little bit out to 10 yards, but still flyer there, but still not bad. The bottom one is quite a bit tighter. That one, hard to say. Very well could have been the ammo, but still respectable groups. So we'll step out to 25. Okay, I don't know whether to be embarrassed or just know that it's real. This is 50 yards, 5-shot group. That's 50 yards, 5-shot group. So the 1911 is supposed to be a relatively accurate handgun. It's supposed to be a good platform. I know I'm not a world-class shooter, but and I figure that most people that shoot these guns are not going to be. So this is hopefully representative of what the average person can expect. Okay, we're going to do one more 10-yard group, just hopefully for some confirmation. Okay, guys, I think that's about a takeaway from Blazer 230 grain full metal jacket. Um, Within 10 yards, nice groups most of the time with the occasional flyer. And I was really bearing down on this target, so that is not me. So now we're going to do a little comparison. We'll shoot the Hornady American Gunner. Okay, now Hornady American Gunner 185 grain XTP jacketed hollow point. Okay, so for comparison, I left the Blazer one up. In my mind, this is the better group. If they all come out that, then it's more consistent, I feel, than having the occasional wide flyer. So I think I have enough rounds. We'll set up one more with the American Gunners and see if it's the same. And now the last one with the American Gunner ammunition. So there are lots of takeaways from today's shoot. First of all, clean and maintain your weapons properly, and then they will function properly. Second, the 911 is supposed to 1911 is supposed to have a reputation for accuracy, and I think it's probably well deserved. Um, this is much more consistent ammunition than the Blazer. However, the Blazer is not horrifically inaccurate. You can still shoot targets and accomplish most things. Just be aware there's going to be the occasional wide one. Also, there's no point of impact shift. At 10 yards at least, the Blazer ammunition with a 230 grain ball and the 185 grain hollow point, that's nice to know if you're going to use that type of ammunition for self-defense or home defense, and then go out and plink with the Blazer stuff. At least you know they're going to shoot to the same point of impact. So there we go, guys. One sample size of some relatively inexpensive ammunition, and we can kind of see what it does. Thanks for watching.